In communities across the United States, a strange quiet is falling. It's a story about more than just politics. It's about empty storefronts, silent playgrounds, and a fear that's changing the face of America. This is how immigration crackdowns are reshaping the country, sometimes in ways you'd never expect. Imagine a cherry orchard in Oregon, its branches heavy with ripe fruit, but the fruit is rotting on the trees. The migrant workers who travel from California each year for the harvest never arrived. In Virginia, a neighborhood grocery store suddenly has no butchers or bakers to prepare fresh food for its customers. And in Texas, a mother is now too afraid to walk her children to the school bus stop. This isn't a single event, it's a pattern of absence, a disappearing effect felt in towns and cities nationwide. As one jewelry seller at a once bustling Georgia mall put it, it's like one day everyone left in a puff of air. This widespread retreat from public life is driven by what many describe as a pervasive climate of fear. Intensified immigration enforcement has created a constant anxiety for millions, including undocumented immigrants, legal residents, and even U.S. citizens who are part of mixed-status families. This fear is altering the most basic daily routines. People are actively avoiding public spaces. Malls, parks, and community centers in immigrant-heavy neighborhoods report significant drops in foot traffic. Some families now send only relatives who have legal documents to do the grocery shopping for everyone else. Public transportation has also been affected. In Los Angeles, bus ridership fell sharply after reports of authorities targeting transit hubs. This has turned people with driver's licenses into essential chauffeurs for their undocumented family and friends. The fear has seeped into schools as well. A principal in New Mexico reported that some families were keeping their children home, with one family disappearing from the community entirely. Even when children do attend, the anxiety they carry is noticeable. The principal noted that students are often not fully engaged, worried about what might happen to their parents while they are in class. Some have even been seen role-playing games of La Migra versus the immigrants during recess. Community life, once vibrant, is now muted. Celebrations like weddings and quinceañeras are being canceled or dramatically scaled back. A graphic designer who specializes in invitations for these events says his business has vanished. Even places of worship are feeling the chill. A pastor in Maryland has seen attendance at his largely immigrant congregation drop by half. For the first time, he now locks the church doors during services, hoping to provide a sense of security for those who still come. This withdrawal from public life is creating a powerful economic ripple effect. Small businesses in immigrant communities are struggling to survive. A Filipino restaurant owner in Los Angeles says his sales have plummeted because people are simply too scared to go out and spend money. Plaza Fiesta, a once thriving Latino marketplace outside Atlanta, is now described as eerily quiet. Longtime vendors sit in their stalls, waiting for customers who no longer come. Beyond the drop in customers, businesses are facing critical labor shortages. The Oregon cherry farmer who couldn't find workers stands to lose over $250,000. The Virginia supermarket owner lost his skilled butchers and bakers when their work permits were revoked, leaving his remaining staff overwhelmed. Even the informal economy is shrinking. At a Home Depot in Southern California, where 24 day laborers once gathered to find work, now only 3 or 4 might show up. Employers, too, are reportedly afraid to pick them up. Behind these economic numbers is a profound human toll. The constant stress is forcing people to make impossible, life-altering decisions. One restaurant manager in Maryland, after suffering a severe anxiety attack she mistook for a heart attack, decided to self-deport. After 10 years in the United States, she is returning to El Salvador, saying, "A life with fear isn't life." Others are choosing to hide in plain sight. One family of migrant farm workers in California, which includes a DACA recipient and U.S. citizen children, decided to forego their seasonal work in Oregon. Instead, they are staying indoors with the shades drawn. The isolation has led to health problems, including a vitamin D deficiency in one of the children. But in the face of this fear, communities are also finding ways to adapt and show resilience. In cities like Los Angeles and Philadelphia, quiet grocery delivery networks have emerged, often organized through messaging apps to help families who are too afraid to shop. Churches are helping congregants fill out guardianship forms, making legal plans for their children in case they are deported. And at some day labor sites, volunteers have started acting as lookouts, monitoring for any suspicious activity. There are also moments of public defiance. In Chicago, rumors of federal agents nearly led to the cancellation of a popular Colombian festival. But the organizer refused, and while attendance was lower than usual, he considered holding the event a victory over fear. The administration's immigration crackdown is proving to be about more than just arrests and deportations. It has unleashed a powerful fear that is fundamentally altering the social and economic fabric of the nation. The empty spaces in malls, churches, and farm fields are the visible signs of a much quieter story, of families living in the shadows, children growing up with anxiety, and communities struggling with a new and uncertain future. The empty seats at the dinner table and the silent cash registers ask a question not just about policy, but about the kind of country America is becoming.